what's up, guys? This is Tom Taylor with South China Morning Post, SCMP Martial Arts, hanging out with one of the best heavyweights in one championship over there on the other side of the screen, Marcus Buchecha Almeida. Marcus, it's been a moment at least since I've spoken to you. How's life going? How's everything for you?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. I remember since our last talk. I when I before I hang up, I said, hope next time is to talk about victory. So it is. So we're here, and life is being good. Can't complain. Came to visit my parents in Brazil, so still here hanging out a little bit longer, but coming back to Florida to start my camp again and ready for a fight and get ready for a fight.
Nice, nice, good to hear. So in a perfect world, when would you like to fight again? What's the time frame for you?
I don't know. They didn't say anything about Adriano's card, so I think it's gonna be too soon because they didn't say anything yet. They probably have the card ready to go.
hmm
So anything after that, June, July, I hope I can be inside the circle fighting again.
Is there a part of you that was hoping to get on that U.S. card? Were you hoping to be a part of that?
100%. I live in America for 13 years.
hmm
I got my citizenship, so I'm half Brazilian, half American now. Let's say like that. So for me to fight in U.S. card would be like uh, awesome because I have a lot of fan base in United States because I've been fighting there for so long in my jiu-jitsu career. I barely fight in Brazil since I moved to America, so it's been like 2 or 3 times in 13 years. That's not much, and all the other fights it's been US, and then for the MMA, my MMA fights it's been all in Singapore, so I have a lot of fans in America, so it would be great to fight in where I live right now. So for sure, that would be great. That would be a perfect world.
hmm well, the good news, of course, is that even if you don't get on this first U.S. card, One Championship will be doing lots of events in the United States going forward. Whenever you end up fighting again, have you given any thought to who you'd like to fight? Obviously, there's a big title fight coming up. Do you have any opponents in mind?
Being honest, I see myself as a employee, like a soldier. They give me the
hmm
mission, I just go. So I don't think in anything specific. So of course, I have 4 fights, 4 victories, 4 in a row. So I think I'm the heavyweight with the most wins in the division right now. So that is not much to go. You know what I mean? So that is like 4 guys on the top. So I hope to fight one of them. And being honest, I want to fight them all before fight for the belt. That would be like a great plan for me.
hmm in your last fight, you had that really great submission win over Kirill Grashenko. You got to show off your jiu-jitsu, your leg locks. Just an amazing win. First question about that fight: how happy are you with that one? It was a pretty perfect performance.
Yeah, I think was my fastest submission in MMA. So I think it was 1 minute and like 4 seconds, something like that. So it's good because a lot of people was like, "Oh, Buchecha wants to take down," but I said no. Jiu-jitsu is more than that. Like I have guard game, so I don't care fighting wrestlers and to be like taken down because I have a lot of jiu-jitsu with my back on the ground. So I was born like since I was a kid, I'm doing this. So to be with my back on the mat is not it's not something terrible. Like I feel comfortable. So of course, if I can be on top, I I take that too. So I feel ready for any situation. You know what I mean? So when I put my back on the mat, a lot of people thought it was like, oh, a mistake, but I managed to get submission really fast from there. So it shows that my skills, it's been good applying on MMA. So it's been working a lot. I adapt my jiu-jitsu a lot for MMA. So it's been good. I'm feeling comfortable. And the last fight was like a proof of that.
Yeah, you looked awesome in that fight. There's no denying that. One thing I wanted to ask you about after that fight, Kirill Grashenko said he wanted a rematch with you. He wasn't super happy with the way that one ended. Of course, it was a very one sided fight, but were you surprised by that he was asking for a rematch? And is that a rematch you can see happening at some point?
Being honest, all the opponents that I submit, they ask for a rematch. So, like, of course, when you don't, like, 1 minute, he couldn't show, like, what he was training for, but I could, you know what I mean? So, I don't see myself doing rematches with anyone that I fought. There is so many guys in the division, so I don't see doing rematch anytime soon with any of the guys that I fought. Everyone asked for a rematch. Everyone, like me myself, when I lose, of course, I want to get like a rematch too. So that's a normal feeling. That's a real fighter. They always want to, like, go there and prove that was just like a fluke or something like that. I have the same feeling when I lose, but in my head, like, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not thinking about rematch against any of those because I'm moving forward. I wanna, like, the ultimate goal is fight for the belt, so I wanna, like, fight different opponents. Being honest, like I said before, I wanna fight them all the heavyweights, before I fight for the belt. You know what I mean? So I think that's my goal. So fighting somebody that I already fought, I think doesn't make sense in my career right now.
Yeah, well said. You mentioned, the title, wanting to fight the champion. Of course, the next title fight is announced now. We know that Arjan Bhullar is finally coming back and defending his title against Anatoly Malykhin in April. People are very excited for this one, but of course, this fight has fallen through before. Do you think it's really going to happen this time?
I don't know. It's been postponed.
Fair.
It's been postponed like so many times. So if I have to bet money, I wouldn't bet. You know what I mean? So, but I hope it happens for sure.
hmm if it does happen, who do you think wins that one? What are your thoughts on that matchup?
It's hard to say. They have like really similar game. They have like fast hands and good wrestling, good like takedown defense. But last time the Argent fought was against Brandon Vera was like years ago. So I think Anatoly, he got the rhythm and he got like he was being active a lot. So I think that gives him a huge advantage over Arjan. So my guess would be like a slightly like advantage for Anatoly.
hmm Anatoly, of course, had probably the best win of his career in December. He took on Rainier DeRidder at light heavyweight and just brutally knocked him out. We knew he had good hands, of course, but what he really impressed people with a lot in that fight was his takedown defense. DeRidder just couldn't take him down. Were you surprised at all the way that fight went, and what did you think of Malkin's performance?
Being honest, I wasn't expecting that. I thought like RDR would use more jiu-jitsu, but like you said, Anatoly grappling defense, the takedown defense was on point, and RDR couldn't use the jiu-jitsu like everyone expected. And hands against hands, Anatoly have I think have better skills, and he got the job done. But being honest, was surprised. I, I wasn't sure who would win, but like I didn't expect for sure a victory, first round victory for Anatoly. But could go either way. But I didn't expect it would be like first round finish for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were sort of surprised how easy he made that look. Now, as a grappler yourself, a jujitsu guy yourself, when you saw RDR struggling to get those takedowns against Malykhin, do you feel like if that fight happens one day between you and Malykhin, you'll be able to take him down if you need to?
We have different styles. RDR use a lot of like judo style, so that's not
hmm
my style. And against wrestler with heavy hips, it's really hard to get it. And I think he tried to change the strategy for shooting, but shooting is not the best takedowns for RDR, right? So we could see like he's struggling a little bit because he doesn't have like really explosive shots. He used like a lot of body locks and judo throws, but Anatoly is shorter than him and like heavier, so it was like a little bit harder for him to get his takedowns. So he didn't have much time to like adjust his game. Maybe he could come with a better like strategy for the second round, but he didn't have time to go to the second round. So, but my game is like I have like, of course, plan A, B, C. Of course, if he hit his shots, could stop my shots, I would try something else. And like, if he took me down, I would play bottom game. You know what I mean? So like, of course, he has a great takedown defense, but that's that's the beauty of the fighting. You know, like I would put my jiu-jitsu on the table. He would like put his wrestling on the table, and that's the beauty of MMA. We would like watch a great fight for sure.
That's a really interesting breakdown. Thank you for that. I asked. I was in Manila for Anatoly's fight with DeRidder, and I asked him after the fact what he thought about you. You know, potentially defending the title against you at some point. And he says he really likes you. He holds you in really high regard, and he actually would prefer not to fight you unless he really has to. Um,
Who?
Anatoly Malykhin. He had a lot of really nice things to say about
Oh
you. I mean,
yeah,
he's open to fighting you, but he said he, you know, because you're a guy that he likes, he'd prefer not to. What do you think of him, just on a personal level?
yeah. Being honest, Anatoly is a guy that every time we see each other, it's a good talking. He's always laughing. He's a great guy. When I went to Thailand, I went to the Tiger. He welcomed me in the gym really well. We didn't have chance to train together, but he's a guy good, really good vibes, you know. So I really like him. He's a great guy. Of course, if we have to fight, we will do it. It's part of the job, but I really like him. I think he is the guy that works really hard and he deserves everything he's getting. So he's the double champ now, and I think that's a guy that works hard and just like he say, you know, he's like good for the organization. He's like a good, like a heavyweight that can fight with the hands, with the grappling. So I think it's a great guy for the organization. Like he said, he's learning English to be even more, you know, like the face of one championship. So I think that's great. We have like a champion like him, a really nice guy. That like the heavyweight champion doesn't need to be like the mean guy with the like mean face all the time. So he proves that it doesn't need to be like that. And he's a nice guy, really like him too. And just like he said, you know, I hope we can postpone this fight for a while. So I have a couple fights to do, but of course, if I fight for the title, I hope against him because I don't think nobody will take that belt from him anytime soon.
That's awesome, man. Very cool to hear. I wanted to ask you, while I have you, a bit about Gordon Ryan, another big name in the jiu-jitsu world. He signed with one last year, I believe, or the year before, and then never ended up fighting with one, and just recently signed a big deal with Flow Sports, which I'm sure you heard about. We don't have to spend a ton of time on this, but I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts on him coming to one and then leaving and going somewhere else. The way that all worked out.
No, man, just like you said, you know, he signed like a millionaire deal. I think that's great for he's raising the name of grappling for sure. He's helping to do that a lot. And it was good to have him on one championship, but unfortunately, we couldn't make the fight happen there. So I don't know what happened, but he was signed, but a lot inactive for a long time. So I don't know what happened. What was the if he left, if the organization cut him off. So I don't really know, but something happened. But I think there's a guy, just like I said about Anatoly, he's a hard worker and he deserves everything he's getting. He's getting like paid like a professional fighter, like he is, and I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for what he's doing for grappling for sure. And if you have the opportunity to fight, would be great to fight against him for sure. I think that's only the only fight that makes sense for me. If like, oh, would you fight grappling again? Of course I would, but the only name that would make me like interesting to fight would be against him for sure.
Hmm.
Everybody else, not really.
Hmm. Speaking of people well, I just wrapped a conversation about half an hour ago with your friend Adriano Morris, the flyweight champion. I asked him about you. Now I'm going to ask you about him. I know you guys are good friends now. He's got a big fight coming up with Demetrious Johnson, the trilogy. Just as a guy that knows him very well, how's he looking in the gym, and how's he seem ahead of this trilogy fight?
He's looking sharp. He's looking really good. He's training a lot. Of course, nobody expected that second fight to happen. He lose the way he lost, but he did like some mistakes even before the fight. I think costed him a lot. And in that level, you can't do any mistake. But that's not an excuse. Demetrious Johnson was there, was sharp, and he got the job done. But like, congratulations for him. That's never excuse. But in the perfect world, I think that couldn't be better. You know, one knee for Adriano, one knee for Demetrious, and now the third fight, who's gonna get it? You know, I think that was like the move is like a move story, and couldn't be better. So now the third one in American soil, both fight there, both live there. So I think that was like the spice for the story, you know. And I, of course, I think Adriano needed like some more motivation. So I don't know if he needed, but if he needed, that was the motivation all that he need to go there to get back to the gym, to work hard and go there to get his belt back. So he's working hard for that, and I believe he will get it.
Yeah, it's a huge fight, and he seems very motivated, very excited for this one. Of course, you're riding with him, you're backing him, but how do you think he wins this trilogy fight?
Uh, I don't know, because Adriano is so complete and he's so like, you know, he got a lot of submissions. I think the first knockout of the career was against DJ. So he has everything. He proved that he has the hands. He got the skills. He got the Muay Thai, the knees, the elbows, and he got the Jiu-Jitsu. One of the best Jiu-Jitsu that I've ever seen, MMA. And so it's hard to pick one thing, but
Mhm.
I think he will use his hands again, I guess.
Okay, okay, very interesting. Well, back to you. I've kept you for close to 20 minutes now. I'll let you get back to your day down there. What are you hoping to accomplish this year? Obviously, no fight booked right now, but by the time this year is over, where are you hoping to be?
Being honest, I'm just enjoying like as much as I can every moment of my life, inside, outside the circle. So that's what I want to do. I want to train. I want to go there. I want to fight, and I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. So that's a perfect like word for me. So I just want to do this. I just want to go back to the gym, train, fight, and that's something that makes me happy. And every day, I give you more value for the small things. So if I can keep fighting, keep doing this for as long as I can, I'll be happy, really happy, because that's something that I love. Like, I don't call that work because it's something that I enjoy. So this year, it's not different. That's what I hope, and that's I can be there. I can be or can be happy fighting and training, healthy, and one day after another. That's it.
That's awesome, man. That sounds great. As I said, that's all I've got for you. But before I let you go, do you have a message for your supporters, your fans, your sponsors, anybody you want to shout out?
I wanna thank everyone that support me. I got a lot of like support from people from all over the world, so I really appreciate that. Sometimes I can even like reply to everyone, but I try to like do it as much as I can. So of course, I would like to say thank you to my sponsors, Luca, Sororo, and because they are with riding with me since like Jiu-Jitsu days and still riding strong than ever. To my team, American Top Team, and Evolve MMA. Of course, without them, their support, I couldn't make it. And all my coaches and my teammates then helped me to get prepared. Of course, MMA is an individual sport, but just for like 15 minutes. Before that, there is a lot of teamwork, and so without of them, I couldn't make it too. So thank you everyone that makes part of everything.